Hello everyone, it's Cheryl, and today I'm going to be sharing my dry skin routine, and I'm also going to be including a few hacks and tips, and hopefully will give you guys some products that you can use to make your dry skin either be managed or actually go away. So let's get started. So of course, to start out my skincare routine, I have to cleanse my face. And either I'll use a makeup wipe if I'm just wiping it off, but sometimes I really like to just use a face wash just to get it really clean. The problem is with face washes, it can really dry out your skin, and you know this if you've tried multiple ones. And I just couldn't find one that didn't dry out my skin every time I used it, but I finally did find one, and this is the CeraVe Moisturizing Cleanser. With this, I find that it almost moisturizes my skin even more, but the most important thing is it doesn't make my skin feel uncomfortable or tight after I clean. It just makes it feel like my skin's refreshed and that it's ready to be moisturized. So of course, after cleansing, you have to moisturize. I use two moisturizers for day and night. So for day, I use the CeraVe Daytime Moisturizer, but for the nighttime, I use the CeraVe PM Moisturizer, which I actually prefer. The regular one isn't as moisturizing, obviously, but the daytime one, or the nighttime one, is super moisturizing. So what I really like about the CeraVe line that I find that's not in the other lines is that it's actually really good with dry skin, and it doesn't make your face too oily to the fact that your skin's not only dry but it's also oily, but it actually remedies your dry skin. I'm not being paid to say that I like CeraVe. I just really like it. I mean, if they want to sponsor me, go ahead. I need the money, but honestly, I am just a true fan of their products. And in with another CeraVe product is the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. I have really bad dry spots around my eyes, and with this I find that the dry spots not only go away, but it creates a really awesome base for concealer and my eyeshadow, and so it just goes over a lot smoother. Plus, I do find that my eyes look a little bit more brightened after I use this, but I'm still looking for a cream that will get rid of my dark circles because they are very bad. And I think one of the worst parts about doing your makeup over dry skin is the fact that everything makes your dry skin look worse. So some tricks that I have to fix that is to use a really good primer. Now this one I wouldn't say is amazing, but it does the job, and I'm yet to find one that I really like, but this is the E.L.F. Mineral Face Primer. Tell me down below if you guys have any really good ones that you like to use that gets rid of the dry patches. This one, I find whenever I use it, it just creates a really nice canvas for my makeup, and it doesn't catch onto my dry spots, and it definitely helps to smooth out the skin whenever I put on foundation. But again, it's not the best, but it's cheap. So yeah, tell me if you guys have any recommendations down below. Now to get on to foundations, I have one that's in the demo, but I have two others to kind of share with you. So the one that I'm demoing is the number 7 Airbrush Away Foundation. This is a few months old purchase, but I really love this foundation. I was actually, I think Glam Life Guru or Taupe, she recommended trying it, so I decided I would. And what I really like about this foundation is it's just so smooth. It's just so smooth on the skin. It applies so easily, and whenever I do apply it, I feel like it actually kind of helps my dry skin because it's a very not oily kind of base, but it definitely is a very soft and liquidy base, so it doesn't catch on any of those dry spots. However, I just want to say that my friend also tried this and she didn't like it as much, so I think it's definitely you know, depends on what kind of foundations you like and what kind of look you like. So just two recommendations. These are both drugstore foundations. This one is just a super cheap one that I thought I would add. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. The cap's on backwards, oops. But this is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. What I really like about this one is that it is the same with the number 7 one, as when you apply it, it doesn't kind of catch on those dry spots, And yeah, again, this is the Dewy and Smooth one. Make sure you get this one and not the other ones, because the other ones definitely aren't as good as this one for dry skin. Now, if you do want to go matte, which isn't recommended, but this is the only matte foundation that I found that actually works. This is a Demi Matte Foundation from L'Oreal. It's the it's the Pro Matte Infallible foundation. I love this foundation. This one is definitely one of my favorites that I've ever used out of every foundation I have ever used. I definitely have to use it on a good skin day, but when I do use it, it makes my skin look so nice. So when you do use a foundation, I just want to say that another tip I have is to actually use a sponge. I feel like sponges just apply the foundation easier over the patches. I use these disposable sponges because I have yet to bite the bullet and buy the beauty blender, but I really want to. And I can't find any drugstore sponges that equate to the beauty blender, so I might just have to bite the bullet. But for now, these work wonders, and even though they're not eco-friendly, they're definitely a lifesaver. So because foundations can be quite or at least dewy foundations can be quite luminous on the skin, you don't always want that look, but at the same time, powder just makes the dry spots worse. So I finally found one that doesn't do that, and this is the E.L.F. High Definition Powder. This one I think works so well because it's so loosely milled or finely milled that when you put it on, it looks really just flawless on the skin. You can't see it on the skin, and at the same time it does mattify, but also to the touch you just feel like how smooth your skin is. It's really awesome, and I definitely recommend it if you're in the market for a new powder. I think one of the biggest misconceptions with dry skin is that you can't use highlighter, but actually I think that highlighter actually helps counteract the dry skin and just makes your skin look a little bit more alive. And you have to find ones that work for you, and it definitely depends where you have the dry skin. Luckily for me, I don't really have dry skin on the top of my cheeks, which is where I usually put highlighter. But one that I really love, and isn't this just the tiniest highlighter you've ever seen in the world? This is the Loumanizer by the Balm, and I absolutely love this one. It's super duper tiny, but it's definitely a lifesaver for me, and I love the finish. So one last thing I just want to mention is when all else fails, Vaseline is here to the rescue. It works wonders on dry chapped skin. I love it on my lips. I'll even put it on a few dry patches if my skin doesn't easily break out there. But all in all, this stuff is kind of a lifesaver, and it's super cheap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Give me product recommendations down below, especially if you guys have dry skin as well. I'd love to hear what you use to help your dry skin. And yeah. I will see you guys next time. Bye!